Hi everybody, today we're going to do an alternate project to printmaking. So although this is kind of printmaking, it's not printmaking like you're used to with a brayer and carving out our design. So we're going to do an alternate printmaking that involves oil pastels. And so today what you're going to get is you're going to need a piece of paint paper, and we're actually going to be printing on Xerox paper. So you get to choose if you want to print on half sheets of Xerox paper or if you want to use a whole paper, which we'll talk about in a minute. So everyone's going to get a large piece of paint paper, and you're going to fold it in half like a card, like you're making a card for somebody. And that'll actually be an option today, but not with this paper. This is actually our printing paper. So you want to make a card, make it as even as possible around your edges. Okay. And then on the outside of the card, you are going to make a picture. You can draw a picture of whatever you want. Okay. If you're going to make a card, think about if you want it to be vertical or horizontal. Other than that, make a picture of whatever you want. So on my card, I already did that, and I just made a picture of a feather. And then the feather wasn't really enough, so I added a border of various size polka dots on mine. So I saved time today, and you didn't have to watch me draw. And I made my picture already on that for you. Then the next step is you're going to need a yucky paper, and on the inside of the card, so if you open up it's not a card, but on the inside of the paint paper, on the side that you drew the picture on the inside, you are going to color this whole side of the paper with oil pastels. So whatever color oil pastels you want to use is fine, but think about what colors this would look good printed in. So I think mine would look good in teal, but unfortunately I don't have teal really oil pastels, but I can make teal kind of by blending. So you want to color really hard when you're using your oil pastels. And I know whenever I'm pressing down hard, it jiggles it and it makes weird noises on your camera. I'm sorry for that, or on the video. I'm sorry for that. I actually don't hear them right now, but I'm sure when I play this back I'll hear them. So it's okay if it gets a little bit on the front of the paper. You're actually not going to see the front design at all. So why we draw on the front of this is, before we put the oil pastel on the back, is because you get to erase as much as you want on this, and it's really not going to show at all. This design you're not going to see at all ever after you get done. So it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to erase, and no, you don't need a new piece of paper. You're never going to see this again. Okay, so this is kind of like your practice page. Your practice page, that's going to end up being your design at the end. Okay, so inside of it, you can blend colors. I thought that was blue, it turned out to be purple. Whoops. Bob Rossing it, making it a happy mistake. Sure, why not some purple? Purple and green are probably going to make an ugly color when they blend, so I want to avoid blending those too much. Put a little bit here and there. Okay, I'm going to mix some white in there. I wouldn't use white by itself because it's not going to print on a white paper, but white's a great blending color, and it makes the color lighter. It makes it really nice. Layer colors. There's no warm and cool colors today. You can use really whatever colors you want. Layer, layer, layer. You want them on really good and thick, because if you don't have them really thick, then you're gonna have to add more colors as you go. So to avoid doing that, so much for making teal, right? I'm just kind of going crazy with colors. Oh well, that's okay. Explosion of colors, here I come. And actually, layering colors is really cool, because as you go, as you make more prints with this, the layers will kind of fall off and your colors will change with each print. So that's actually really neat to do as well. Okay, so I got a good amount of layers. Why not throw in a little bit of pink on top here and there? Why not? Okay, I've got tons of layers. I'm gonna get a paper towel to wipe my hands. I'll be right back. Okay, now that my hands are nice and clean, the next thing I'm gonna do is I can take either half sheets of paper, or like I said before, you could take a whole sheet of paper. If you want to make cards out of this, you just take the whole sheet of paper and fold it to make a card. Make sure you have clean hands, you don't want yucky paper. And you're going to take this, fold this in half. Like I said, it's okay if you got yuckiness all over your paper. You might want to fold your yucky paper, or get a clean spot on your yucky paper that you're using. Piece of oil pastel in mine. And what you're going to do is you're going to take what you want printed, and you're going to simply place it gently inside your printing card. Okay, and you're not going to press down really hard, but you're going to use a pencil, and you're going to trace your design. You're going to trace hard. You're going to press hard when you're tracing. You're going to trace your design. Try your best to stay on your lines. And as you trace, whatever color oil pastel you used on the inside is going to actually print through and make a color copy. Well, I'm really doing a terrible job of staying on my lines. See, you guys, I'm always rushing, trying to make these videos short for you guys, because I know you're eager to get started. I at least want to get this one feather done so you guys can see what I mean. Ooh, really went off the edge on that one. Okay. The bad thing is you cannot erase. So if I make a mistake and I go off the edge, you just have to leave it. It's okay. The people won't know that the inside is wrong. Okay? If you go off the edge, it's fine. If you erase and do it again, you're gonna have 2 lines on the inside, plus the erase marks. Okay? So now that I've traced the feather, if I open this up, ta-da! I have a colorful version of the feather on the outside. So up close and personal, you see it's kind of tie-dyed looking. It's got the print of the oil pastel on there. Now I'm not done, obviously I still didn't do the border, but I just wanted to, oh sorry, I forgot you were on the thing and I just like gave you a flash of the classroom. I know my videos are really bad. I've been told I need an editor. But I would still need to trace around and do the circles as well. So when you get done with one, then you would need to do another one. You have to do 3 total. I don't care if you make 3 cards or 3 prints, and display them as I have on the board. So when you are done with your 3 prints, you can either keep this right here and save it for more prints later on down the road. If this starts to wear out like mine did, especially in this area right here, you can always add more color to it. I should have done that, but I didn't have the color with me where I was printing. But add more color to this, and as you go, as you can see, like that really did wear away, or I didn't have very much color. But you can always keep this and add more prints or do more prints later. Like I said, if you didn't choose to make cards and you chose to make individual prints, then you can pick out a piece of construction paper and you're going to glue your 3 prints down on your construction paper like this, and you're going to number your prints. So first you need to glue them, down. If you want to change your colors as you go, you can always layer more color on there, so you can change them, have a little bit different colors. And then you're going to number your prints. So either way, if you made cards or if you made prints like this on paper, regardless, before you turn them in to me, you need to number your prints. So you're going to sign them and number them. Normally you would number them underneath them, but since I really don't have room to number them underneath them, I'm going to number them on the side and sign them. So I'm going to put one of three, I'm sorry. Thanks. So I'm going to put one of three on this side, and I'm going to sign my initials on this side, or however you want to sign it. 2 of 3, sign my initials, and 3 of 3, sign my initials. So this is a series of prints. Last thing I need to do before I turn it in is put your name and your code on the back, and you are done and ready to go turn this into the basket. If you have cards to turn in, you need to have your name in the back on each card. Underneath each print, you need to put your how many 1 of 1 and your 1 of 3 and your signature, and sign it, and then name and class code on the back as well. All right, happy printing. Bye.